Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be your monthly reading for the month of June. Keep in mind, Sag, timing and energy is still fluid. This message could play out at any point in time throughout the month of June. This message may or may not be for you. So please check your other signs and placements, as this is for any major Sag energies like your sun, your moon, your rising, your Venus, your Jupiter, or your North Node. And so, like I said, if this message does not resonate, check your other signs and placements. Also, keep in mind energies can be swapped around, okay? This can pertain to energies in and around you. So only take what resonates and leave behind the rest. Let's jump right in, Sag. And this round of zodiacs for June, I did pick the Starseed Oracle deck along with the Psychic Tarot of the Heart by John Holland, and we will close off the reading with some messages from the Crystal Stone deck. So let's jump in and see what needs to come through for you. Okay, we get the earth pulsing and we get inner earth. So I feel an inner transformation taking place here, Sagittarius. And so it might be time to slow down. Sag is a fire sign. They like to go, right? Sag is very freewheeling, very expansive, but maybe it's time to slow down and spend some time in nature, connecting with Mother Earth, slowing down to the pulse of Mother Earth. They want me to mention the fact that I feel like you're going through like an internal tower. So you might be feeling like you're not going to survive this activation, this transformation, but I feel like there's a brand new beginning. You're on the precipice of a new beginning and finding a solution if you've been facing a lot of challenges. There could be a flood of emotions bursting onto the scene, but I feel like you're being shown the path forward when it comes to some inner vision. You might have very strong inner vision, Sag, but I do feel you need to get grounded. I think you need to get grounded. Something about that full moon in Sag is going to bring in some type of new higher awareness. Sagittarius is all about transcendence. And so, yeah, I think you better get grounded, Sag. So let's see what else needs to come through for you. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node messages for Sag. So that earth pulsing really wanted to come out. So you might want to really get educated about the Schumann frequency. Maybe the Schumann frequency is affecting this transition. And then we jump in. I believe Aquarius got that. So you could have Aquarius in your chart if you do pay attention to where that is at, because Pluto is retrograde in Aquarius right now. It is going to be shifting back into Capricorn in the summer, and it won't go back into Aquarius until next year. And so this is about saying yes to change. This is about a new cycle, a new adventure. It's feeling like the Fool. And so it's time to loosen your grip. I do feel a free fall. And I'm hearing that song Free Fallin'. I think Tom Petty sings it. So the energy is a little bit dense. I feel you're going through a free fall. You're activating some God codes within your DNA structure, activating the God code frequency. And I do feel your vibration is rising, but at the same time, you're also diving deep into the wells of your emotions. And so you've been longing for home, homesick for the stars, likely going through a period of a void of some sort. I do feel you do have a deep telepathic connection here, though, with the whale and orca elders. This is about your soul blueprint, your soul song resonance, your frequency. And so maybe you've been diving deep into understanding your coping mechanisms, your negative patterns when it comes to these dense addictions. And addictions come in many forms. It could be alcohol, it could be drugs, it could be porn, it could be sex. It could be, addicted to people, codependencies. What are your coping mechanisms that serve as a mask from letting God fully in? Because you are here to be a leader. I'm speaking to a Sagittarius that is here to forge new earth energies. You're here to forge a new path. You're here to pave the path. And if the path isn't clear, then you are the path, Sagittarius. So how can you step into a leadership role? There is definitely a need to address codependency issues. Where do you need to instill some firm boundaries in your life? because I do feel you're going through a higher soul activation. You might want to meditate and work with the violet flame or the blue flame, because what I want to say is it's integration time. You've got a lot of cosmic intelligence that you're here to bring forward into the collective. And so the Four of Pentacles, what do you need to release? What are you gripping to, Sag, that you need to release? Because you're here to be a leader. You're not a follower. So let's jump in with the tarot and see what else needs to come through for you. Ooh, I do believe Aquarius got these two energies too. So take the lead in reverse, which is the Three of Wands in reversed, and the heart chakra. So there's a block on the heart. How can you fully let God into your heart? I feel a higher heart activation. And it might feel like you're getting the wind knocked out of you, like you're getting the rug pulled out from under you. So you might have some challenges here. And if you do go through like a period of like, whoa, I didn't see that coming, it was to get you to slow down, to reconnect to earth, to reconnect with your roots, in order to go through some higher heart healing is what I'm feeling for you, Sag. Higher heart healing, yeah. So either there's been resistance to going within and learning this lesson, or it's time to come out of the spiritual closet and to put yourself out there. There's a realignment here. There's been a lack of balance. There's been maybe this period of juggling, indecision. I don't know. What is it that you really want to invest in when it comes to your work? What do you love? I feel the wheels of time are spinning you forward. Yeah, and so realignment. Maybe you've been in the dark night of the soul trying to come into this awareness of what your clarity of belief is within relationships. Maybe you don't believe in love. Maybe you don't believe in partnership. This could be somebody that, you know, is giving up their belief on a twin flame connection or something of the sort. There's been a lack of clarity. There's been a lack of enlightenment, illumination, and there is going to be a realignment in the month of June. So we're going to see what needs to come through for you, Sag. We're going to get 5 cards and we're going to anchor them down. We get to take the lead in reversed with the throat chakra. So that's what's anchoring that down. So there is a throat chakra block. There is a need to activate your throat chakra here in order to take the lead. And so we manifest our reality, right, Sag? And so the Three of Wands upright is about something coming into manifestation, taking those next steps after choosing a pathway. And so where do you need to get clear on the path that you're choosing? I feel is a message. Message from your higher self. We get the Ace of Cups in reversed, anchored down by the Five of Pentacles in reversed. There is a heart purge going on here, Sag. There is a major heart chakra activation, heart chakra purge. And where do you need to admit where you've maybe played into self-sabotaging behaviors with the Five of Swords? This is about wanting it all, winning it no matter what the cost. Who I hurt, doesn't matter who I hurt. Anchored down by the Seven of Wands. Choose your battles wisely. We get the solar plexus in reverse as the underlying energy, anchored down by the Death card or the Release card. And the overall outcome is the Five of Cups, needing to change your focus, anchored down by the Five of Wands, challenging times. 555. Get ready for some unexpected, rapid changes. It's time for change, is what I want to say. 555. 555. We get the Five of Pentacles in reverse, the Five of Wands, the Five of Cups, and we also get the throat chakra card is a 5. And so, yeah, we actually, we got all of the 5s out here too. We've got the Five of Swords. And so you're at the midway point, right? You haven't quite left the old cycle behind. You haven't quite left the old world behind and stepped into the new world. And so it's challenging. It's feeling stuck. But I also feel you've planted some seeds. You're awaiting results. There's something about to be birthed. And this is all happening internally, is how I feel. This is an internal transformation, Sagittarius. This is about breaking the mold, breaking traditions, maybe healing from a divorce, a commitment of some sort. The Hierophant in reverse. I also feel there's been resistance to stepping into a leadership role, a teaching role. I could be speaking to a divine feminine who's like a lone wolf. I could be speaking to a feminine where it's just been her and her little doggy too, Sag. But this is about the future, stepping into these healing roles, these teaching roles for the future. And so there is a level of stuckness. There are some deep, deep spiritual roots here trying to birth through your heart. And there is a block on the heart. And so I do feel a higher heart activation. I do feel some heart healing when it comes to an abandonment wound with the Five of Pentacles in reverse. And when we feel all alone, we're never truly alone. That is when we go within and we pray and we seek the God from within us to come out of these lack mentalities. And so it isn't about winning or losing. Nobody's winning. Nobody's losing. And so how can you choose your battles wisely? I feel like you're up against some big challenges here. Maybe you're up against facing, you know, the three voices within your head. I'm not sure where that's coming from, but I see three figures here, three masculine figures. And, you know, it's like David and Goliath, right? Facing the giant elephant in the room. But I do feel this energy too of Excalibur's sword. So what is your personal truth? It isn't about winning or losing. It's never about winning or losing. It's about harnessing our truth and getting rooted firmly in that. Maybe you're going to have to be battling with somebody. Maybe this is about sticking with your beliefs and facing whatever challenges arise. But I also feel there's this energy of losing strength, losing power with the solar plexus in reverse. There's like a struggle, an internal shift when it comes to this shedding. I feel a major month of shedding, of transformation, stepping back into the light, stepping into your authentic energy. This is death energy. And I feel like, you know, really embracing this transformation process. And so there's like resistance. So if you're fighting with the universe, that means you're fighting with yourself, right? And so if you're in a battle with yourself or with another, you're fighting this universal activation. And so how can you embrace this heart awakening? There is a fall energy. There is a homesickness coming through, and maybe you need to address temptations. There's some type of creative block, creative spark. Deep-seated emotional healing is taking place when it comes to a period of enlightenment, growth, expansion. This is learning a big-time life lesson. And so when we're at the fives, it's like being that diamond under pressure. So you're under a lot of pressure. And I do feel a lesson in giving and receiving. And so the good we put out there comes back to us. This is about a service mission. This is about a service mission. And I do feel maybe you've been misguided. Maybe you've not been listening to your intuition. Maybe you were led astray by falsehoods. Maybe you've been overly reliant on outside opinions and maybe overly reliant on psychics or tarot readers when you need to go within because you know what is true for you. And so maybe you've gone through the same cycle with about 4 different people in order to get to this completion stage of finding this balance. And so you might be clearing some anger and some rage when it comes to a past abuse. Maybe you were dealing with abuse in the past. Maybe you were abused by a masculine in the past. Doesn't have to be. The Emperor reversed is like somebody that doesn't lead from the heart, that lacks integrity, that lacks motivation and drive, codependencies. The base chakra reversed, I feel this is about healing maybe even a father wound. You could have a crossed over loved one trying to come through, and maybe there's a block to receiving these communications from the other side, a block on the heart. And so there is that realignment again coming through. So I don't think you're going to see this coming, this realignment, because I think you've been kind of sifting through the wreckage in the subconscious mind, in the dark night of the soul, trying to come to that clarity of what your true belief is. And maybe you're healing from a separation of some sort. And so how can you detach from an outcome? Let's take a look at the Ace of Cups in reverse, because there is a love abounds, but I don't think you see it because you're feeling all alone, healing from an abandonment wound, healing from a separation. The Two of Cups reversed, the Ace of Swords in reversed, and the heart chakra. There is a major higher heart activation. And you know, in order to come together, we do have to come apart, right? And so this is about shedding any old programmed beliefs. What is true for you? What does a partnership look like for you? And so your Ace of Cups, you get to manifest that, right? And so we have to kind of purge everything that isn't our belief in order for that coming together. And I do feel there's that jump right in, and it's like it's like you're on the edge, you're on the precipice of a brand new cycle, but there's a lack of trust, there's a lack of faith. And I do feel some type of synergy or integration is taking place between you and another person. And I do feel something isn't crystal clear at this moment because this purging must take place. Let's take a look at the Five of Cups and the Five of Wands, because I feel this is a battle between the head and the heart. So it's asking you to change your focus. Yeah, you're going through a period of healing, death. And so this is where you need to be gentle with yourself as you go through this period of self-reflection, soul retrieval, healing. You're breaking the chains of all of this dense, unhealthy, addictive coping mechanisms that you've been playing into, and you're blossoming. And so you are going through an awakening. That's the Judgment card. There is a lot of cosmic energy in and around you, Sagittarius, as you're going through this healing expansion. Definitely an awakening, and it is challenging. But I do feel you're at that divine why, you're at that crossroad when it comes to your dedicated efforts to your mission work, your pathway, a union of some sort. This might be something coming back around in order for healing to begin, when maybe it comes to a missed opportunity. Maybe you've been stuck up in your head feeling helpless and hopeless since somebody moved on from you. Now we got a lot of eights. And so there is this energy of what goes around comes around, and something might be coming back around. And so maybe you've painted this picture in your head of what a perfect relationship is supposed to be based on some old, outdated gender roles and programming. And maybe you're stepping into a new sense of tradition here, and you've been waiting a long time for this to move forward. And so I do feel putting in the work, building something, building something. So what is this battle that you're up against? Because you're going to want to choose your battles wisely. We get the third eye flipped out. So choose your battles wisely. Dreams come true. Third eye chakra and strengthening bonds. And so this is about having fierce faith in the vision that you have for your future and what wish fulfillment is for you. This is about strengthening your spiritual bond with Source and opening up the pathway to see clearly what it is you're bringing forward. And so this is a battle of self, I feel. I feel you're in a battle between your head and your heart. And maybe the battle is because something came to a dead stop in the past, because of some third-party interference. Maybe there's fear of not being able to mend this connection. But I feel there was resistance on both parts when it comes to opening up, fully opening up, because I think this person triggered your deepest, darkest fears. And maybe you both went into a power struggle of wanting to control, and I feel this is about releasing control. Jack and the Beanstalk. So this is about rising above, climbing higher, rising above the fray. And so there might be an emotional outburst when it comes to a disconnection here. I think you need to reevaluate where you self-sabotage, where you've been lacking belief of success. And I do feel you might need to turn inward to heal. There's more healing taking place here. So what are these results that we're awaiting? Success and growth. We're awaiting communication. There's been blocked communication about rebuilding. So I do feel we're awaiting communication about reciprocity. I do feel there's likely been a separation, or there's going to be a separation, and it might take time to await further communication, and there might be blocked communication as you both go through a period of growth and rebuilding from the inside out. So there's unavoidable change here, without a doubt. There's massive change afoot, Sag. And anything that has not reciprocated or is not balanced, you know, if you put good out there and you're not getting it back in return, there's going to be a breakdown of something that was never meant to last, that maybe you spent a lot of time investing in. But I do feel you need to go within. You've not been listening to your inner guidance, and you need to only listen to your gut intuition. So let's get a couple last messages with the Crystal Stone deck. You could be dealing with a Gemini, a Leo, an Aquarius. We got Mars energy. Mars is in Leo right now. We got Taurus. We got a lot of the signs here. We got all of the fixed signs. But I feel healing from a past disappointment. There's this longing for this place that feels like home. So a free fall. Any last messages for Sag, please? Tektite. It's a very wonderful grounding stone. And so it is connected to star seed, Orion origin. So you could have your main DNA encodement in Orion star seed. But I feel this burden of resentment. A burden of resentment that needs to be released. And so there is a connection here that had a major impact on your journey in your life. Maybe they come in like a meteor and you didn't see this coming. And I do feel maybe there's resentment. Maybe this has been a burden. I think things are going to feel extra heavy until this heart chakra initiation is kind of purged. Because you're stepping into a new life here, and you're expanding your horizons. You're definitely raising your vibration. Anything else for Sag, please? Just the one. Anything else for Sag, please? There we go. There we go. Green calcite. And so this is about living out your heart's desire. Accepting what's on the heart. I do feel there's going to be a major decision needing to be made when it comes to a lifetime partnership, a potential lifetime partnership. Maybe you've been lost in a forest of doubt for a while. Maybe you're dealing with a Libra. You could have Libra in your chart. But I do feel there was an ending. And somebody's not been honest with themselves about that ending. And I feel there's so much precious time, right? We have so much precious time here on this earth, this human lifetime, right? How do you want to spend that? Because I do feel somebody knows what the heart wants, is in denial of what the heart wants. The mind is trying to trick somebody to say, hey, that's not what the heart wants, but that's what the heart wants. So I think in the month of June, you're getting nudged into the favor of what the heart wants. What does your heart want? So get ready to dive into your dreams. There's that deep dive, diving deep into your dreams. So your daydreams, your night dreams. I do feel a burst of energy coming through. And so you're going to have to find your strength and your bravery to explore the intensity and the depths of a connection here. Because I feel this connection, it affects you on all levels. So I do feel June is going to mark a very important time when it comes to a decision. And this is a connection that unlocks your creativity. It sparks your passion, your drive again. And so get ready for a proverbial clean slate. Maybe even a little getaway with somebody. But I feel love is on the brain. A connection from the past. A connection that needs healing with the rose quartz. And so I do feel a very sacred, kindred connection here. This has always been the one, is what I want to say. And so some heart healing. Some heart healing. Stepping into leadership. So only listen to your inner guidance. Don't listen to outside opinions, Sag. And that's what I got. I hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a personal or a soulmate reading with me, check out the description box below. And I do look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.